Welcome to Aggressive Development. I'm your host, Steven, and on this show, we give our opinions on the current happenings in the entertainment world. We encourage you to stick around, and we hope you enjoy it. And also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Oh, man. So, we've had the draft, the NFL draft, come through. We've had NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. Haven't really paid attention to MLB. I know MLB picked up while we were gone. There's probably nothing worth talking about in MLB right at this moment.
I know nothing about baseball like that. I have an educated conversation or even an ignorant conversation about baseball. So
yeah, well, it's not really that important right now, anyways. So
they just kind of started, right?
Yeah,
baseball starts in what, April? When the games start, or like the spring shit start.
This when the games start, April.
April. Okay.
So they have started. It might be March. It might be end of March too. I can't remember. But the games have started, so the season's just picking up, which means probably not gonna talk about it until October.
Yeah.
To be honest, maybe September, and even then we'll probably cover just a little bit of it. We'll have to phone a friend on that one. But NFL draft happened. I know that was a while ago at this point.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders dropped to the 6th round.
5th round.
5th round. Sorry, I'm thinking
144.
I'm thinking.
Listen, there was a lot of weird shit happening with that draft. Respectfully say, not only just him though. He was the main focal point of the whole draft.
Yeah, I mean they wouldn't stop talking about after he fell.
It was just wild, bro, because it was just a wild thing. It really was a wild thing.
Yeah, but a lot of other people fell too. I didn't expect Will Howard to go low. I didn't expect Quinn Ewers. That was one. And then we had people that went pretty high that we weren't expecting either. Like Dylan Gabriel going before any other before those rest of those guys.
Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, Tyler Shuck was which I know people like to give the Steelers a lot of hate for their offense and how it looks on paper right now in their quarterback situation. But damn, the quarterback situation in fucking New Orleans is 10 times worse, bro.
It is wild.
It is 10 times worse.
I wouldn't say it's 10 times worse.
What do you mean?
Call it equal. I would definitely say it's equal.
It's
equally bad.
Who they
have Tyler Shuck. You have Spencer Rattler. Then this dude from Iowa State who got kicked out of the NCAA for betting on himself, bro. He went to JUCO, balled out in JUCO, and now he's with the Saints. He got drafted from JUCO. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, bro, you was betting on games? Yeah, I was betting on myself to win.
They would have been all right with Derek Carr, I think.
I think they knew Derek Carr was going to retire, something like that. And
behind the scenes, he was getting a second opinion, but the first opinion I think was already like hey, you're done.
It might be the NFL, bro, but I feel like some organizations, like their strength staff, their training staff is fucking shit. Because some of these players, they go through injuries and it's like they never recover.
Yeah.
Like the Jets, like Jordan Travis, he didn't even really get to play. Yeah. And he was a baller at FSU. And he had that leg injury. And whatever the Jets did for their training program or whatever it is to get him back, like they messed his shit up.
Yeah. There was a report coming out. I guess Justin Fields is talking about he wants to... he expects himself to be great.
Yeah, he's been looking pretty good during OTAs. A lot of the different reports that I've read on him. His connection with him and Garrett Wilson. Mm-hmm. Garrett Wilson said he wants to be a Jet for life, but we all know how the NFL is right now. That might not be.
Nah, Saquon said that about New York, didn't he?
But bro, for those guys, those organizations are poorly ran. And they don't really know what they're doing. Now, I would say for the Giants, I do like Daboll. I think Daboll is one hell of a coach.
Well, I think that's why they didn't
Joe
get rid of him.
Shane's a fuck. Like, anybody that covers any form of sports media or anything like that will definitely agree with me that dude's incompetent.
Yeah. Yeah. You let Saquon go to the fucking Eagles.
Run all over you.
Like, at least if that was going to happen, if you were truly to get rid of Saquon, which why the fuck would you? But they did. Why would you do it in your own division?
Yeah, nah, that was like, bro, like, you think,
Like-
where else do you think Saquon was gonna go? Like, he's from PA, right? So if he can stay close to his family, and he's in the division, he was definitely going there.
I don't know. You could have kept him somewhere like Buffalo, maybe.
Buffalo wasn't in the market for him though at that time. I don't think they were.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they got cooked, but
It was obviously Philly.
but technically Philly didn't need him at the time.
They did. They did. They had DeAndre Swift, who didn't pan out. Right.
I mean, he wasn't like awful though.
He wasn't Saquon.
Oh, good. No one's Saquon.
Still wasn't Saquon.
That's why I'm saying. So a guy like Saquon, everyone's in the market for.
But DeAndre Swift, where is he at right now? I don't know if he's still with Chicago or not. But like,
Yeah, I don't know now.
so that's my point.
But what I mean by that is a player like Saquon, everyone's in the market for Saquon. I don't care who it
Yes.
is. It's like when Tom Brady was looking for places to go. Everyone's in the market for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Don't matter if you need him or not. Everyone's in the market for Tom Brady. Everyone is in the market for Saquon. I think Buffalo would have made sense. It's go over to the AFC, and that instantly makes Buffalo probably a Super Bowl contender.
I want to know who was paying more though, because I think probably what it is. Because you got to think about New York tax versus Pennsylvania tax might be two different things. It's like
It's probably pretty similar if I had to guess.
they be taxed like New York tax is crazy. It's like LA, bro. Like,
Well, yeah, but Pennsylvania's I think is probably pretty high too. At least around Philadelphia is probably pretty high.
it could be. You're right. It could be, but I definitely not how much they be charging up there in New York.
No. Yeah, I mean I can't really speak to that. Maybe New England?
They be taxing hella crazy. But
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean,
And plus, we was a fucking shithole anyways. Like, why would he want to go there? Why would he? Want
I guess he wants to go somewhere there's
No
a
quarterback,
yeah.
really. Like our
Yeah, but now look at them. I just saw the thing the other week. It said last year they were favored to win in 0 games. This year, before the season, the preseason odds, they are favored to win 11 of the games.
we are definitely not winning 11 games.
No, but they're favored to win in 11 games. So like that is, and this is both.
Is Vegas the one fucking put that shit out?
Yeah, it's
Those motherfuckers
odds.
always be doing some stupid shit. I don't
It's
know. Bro.
odds.
Listen, I'll tell you this right now. Our team looks a lot better, right?
Yeah.
The diehard Patriots fan, our team looks a lot better. I'm still not sold on Drake May. I'm absolutely not sold on him like that yet. The receiver problem is still there. I like Stephon Diggs. I don't really care about the whole thing that's going on with him and Cardi B on the boat stuff. Like, can he play? Right? I
Yeah.
want him to be committed. I don't think that says he's not committed, bro. Like, he was just, he was
He's just doing his thing.
He was just doing his thing,
He's
bro.
just doing
It
his
got
thing.
nothing to do with me. It wasn't, he wasn't caught doing something. People were just alleging they saw something on camera. What did you see? Nobody could say what it was.
Yeah.
Some say it was pop rocks. Some say it was this. And I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Allegedly.
allegedly. As far as I'm concerned, it was just a piece of paper.
Could have been.
I don't know what it was.
Could have been. Yeah.
But we have, like, with the running back room is good. The receiving room, like I said, is iffy. Tight ends, solid. O-line, Will Campbell, great pick. I love that. We had a solid draft. We need to see it kind of come all together. We still need a number one receiver, though, because in case Stephon doesn't, he's 31, he's coming off an injury. He may be the answer or need, or he may not be.
Problem is, you guys still have to go up against the Bills, which I looked, and
We're not going to win the division.
This was 10 days ago, but as of 10 days ago, the Bills were favored to win every game.
The Bills are doing to us right now what we did to the
for
AFC East for 20 years.
Yeah. No, I don't. Trust me, I'm a Steelers fan.
They're getting their lick back right now.
AB would have a Super Bowl right now if Tom Brady didn't fucking kill us in the AFC Championship. So it is what it is. I get it.
Yeah, no,
I definitely get it.
We're going to be all right. I definitely think, I don't know. I like Vrabel a lot. I think he's a great coach. Mm-hmm. I don't know why Tennessee got rid of him. That was kind of a weird shit. That didn't make any sense. Nobody's like, why did they fire him?
I don't know.
But,
I think Tennessee was just kind of clearing house in general.
yeah.
Because they always, but to be fair, I never thought it was a coaching problem in Tennessee. I always thought Tannehill was just not good.
He was good for a little bit because he replaced Mariota when Mariota was struggling.
Right, but Tannehill always he was always a fourth quarter interception guy.
Yeah.
Like almost every game. It was like clockwork.
Yeah.
When it came down to who's gonna carry this team to a victory, it was not him.
Yeah.
And that's just not how you just can't close games that way.
Yeah.
You know, like look at the Steelers. Even in Big Ben's career, like aside from the Browns, we really weren't blowing people out. But when the game was on the line, we closed the game out.
Yep.
And that's why Big Ben has the record that he has the stuff that he has.
You know what I'm gonna say? I do not like y'all's uniforms.
What? They're classic.
Y'all need to upgrade for real.
Upgrade to what?
Y'all need some new threads for real.
What are we going to upgrade to?
Y'all been wearing the same 05 throwbacks.
What are we going to upgrade to?
Bro,
They're iconic.
They're old.
They're
outdated.
iconic.
They're outdated.
They're iconic.
Y'all got the most out. Y'all, first of all, in my personal opinion, y'all like the Cardinals had bad uniforms. Now their shit's a little cleaner now. Y'all are now the Cardinals with your uniforms.
No, what do you mean?
You got old Reebok jerseys, bro.
They're fine. The jerseys are fine. The only thing
I no drip.
The only thing I want us to do is bring back the yellow pants, yellow helmet.
The yellow helmet's nice, but like y'all still need new style jerseys, bro.
What are we gonna change?
Y'all could change anything, bro.
What are we gonna change?
Listen, I can design.
Bro, the city with Pittsburgh would be up in arms if they changed.
I will go on EA Sports Team Builder right now, okay, and propose my new Pittsburgh Steelers uniforms, and send it to them.
The city of Pittsburgh would be up in arms.
The city of Pittsburgh would thank me.
No, they would not.
I will make y'all the most fire uniforms ever. The most fire uniforms. Very outdated. But I mean, listen, that's besides the point. I felt like I had to get that off my chest.
No. Well, since we're talking about the Steelers, I know you have some choice words about them. I have a little bit more faith.
Listen, do not sign Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think they will. But, well, that's a lie. I think they're going to probably end up signing him, but give one, take the other. You can't tell me that we are worse with Aaron Rodgers as QB than with where we're currently at. You can't say it's worse. Now, I believe in Mason Rudolph.
I think, you know why I say you're worse? You want to know why I would say you're worse? Is because the off-the-field shit.
Who cares? It's all about winning games.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's all about winning games.
Mason Rudolph might not be...
Bro, do you know how many people that we've had on our team over the years that are notorious off-the-field horrible people?
High production people. Antonio Brown is a case in point, a Hall of Fame receiver with off-the-field issues. You're right. But guess what he was doing on the field? Aaron is going to come on the field and not Hall of Fame Aaron. You're not getting Hall of Fame Aaron.
Bro, he's still a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't care.
You're right. Tom Brady can go in there.
He can still sling the ball.
Listen.
He may not move as quickly as he used to move.
Aaron for no reason.
No, I'm not going to take... Listen, aside from that, I will not take Aaron Rodgers slander on this fucking podcast. He's one of the greatest to ever fucking do it. If he was better... I'm not going to say he was better, but... his stat wise, how many 4,000 plus yard seasons does that man have?
I don't know.
A lot. How many MVPs does he have?
He's got 4.
Okay.
Yeah. When was the last time he won an MVP?
I don't know. It's like 2016.
2018, I think, was his last MVP. Let's find out. Let's find out. When was Aaron Rodgers' last MVP? We'll find this out.
How many years was it in between Tom Brady's last Super Bowl and his Super Bowl before that? It's like 3 or 4 years, wasn't it? 4 or 5? There's gaps. Don't mean they're bad players.
I'm sorry. He won his last MVP was 2021. Okay, so a lot closer.
Okay.
But still.
And that was with a fraction of the team he had.
Even then, though, like, bro, like, it's just he's not committed to football.
I don't care. At the end of the day, it's one season, so it's not the end of the fucking world. It's not like he's going to be the face of our fucking franchise for the next 10 years.
But that's
one goddamn season.
That's the problem with the Steelers right now. Is and mind you, half of this is the reason y'all in this situation is Ben's fault.
Well,
It is Ben's fault. Because at the end of the day, when y'all drafted Mason Rudolph, Ben threw a fit.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, Ben should have especially in his later half of his career, when he knew he was going to retire, Ben should have let the Steelers prepare themselves to draft his successor. But Ben wasn't having none of that. And because the Steelers folded to Ben, Y'all been in quarterback purgatory ever since he left.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think they're at the end. They're nearing the end of that road. First of all, I think Will Howard is an exceptional prospect.
I will give Will Howard his flowers because he is technically champion, right? He is technically a champion.
It's not technically. He is a champion. It's a national championship.
Well, yeah, he's technically a champion, right? With a $20 million team, okay?
Okay, what's the NFL?
Then, listen, everyone's
What the fuck's the NFL?
Listen, it's the same. It's not the same shit. It is not the same.
What do you mean it's not the same? What is the NFL? Everyone's like, oh, he's got all NFL fucking people on his roster. He's throwing to.
You got 7 rounders.
You still got to throw the ball.
You're right. You still got to throw the ball, but
accurately.
But even then, he's
got like an 80% fucking completion rate.
Ooh. I know Will Howard don't got an 80% completion percentage.
I don't know. It's not 80. It's high though. It's higher than you think it is.
Will Howard. Listen, Will Howard is a good prospect.
He's 6'4".
Height don't mean shit to me.
Okay, but he's a big guy. He can move.
I think what the issue was with him is it's an injury thing. Apparently, this is allegedly, when he did the physical thing, that his knee, there's something with his knee.
Michael Penix went fifth overall or 9th overall. And he's blown his knee out twice, both knees.
You're right. So I don't know why. I don't know why he fell, but that was like one of the things saying that his knee was like.
No. So the big thing, Will Howard's been overlooked his entire career. That's his. If you know anything about Will Howard, he's been overlooked his entire career. Every single time someone did give him a shot, he rose to the occasion. Every single time. And every time he fucked up, he recovered and played twice as good. And that is a quality that I think translates tremendously to the NFL. Listen, he has all the intangibles to be a great NFL quarterback.
To me, it doesn't matter, right? Like him being drafted in the 6th round was, I don't think he was a 6th round guy, right? Just like I don't think Shador's a 6th round.
No,
guy.
I don't think it's 6th round. But
my whole thing is with Will was if his regular season play, the little Ohio State games that I did watch, he wasn't like, oh, they're winning the game because of Will Howard. Like, he was making mistakes. He was making stupid interceptions. He wasn't super accurate on the deep ball, right? His pro day, not his pro day, his combine was right? But in the playoffs, when it mattered, you're right, he played exceptional football.
Clutch. And on top of that, exactly. If you ask, so the more I learned about that Ohio State team, the more I learned that even though he wasn't the best skilled player on that roster, he was the de facto leader of all those guys. Mm-hmm. He got them. He got their heads in the game. He got them motivated, and he got them to the wins. Like, you can't tell me those. This is why I say the intangibles of Will Howard are what make him a potential great NFL quarterback.
But we'll see what happens, right? Because he's got a preseason. He's gonna learn from Mason, right?
He's killing it in OTAs right now, but
he's gonna learn from Mason. But my whole thing is like, I'd rather not have Aaron come in there for you guys, personally, me.
Well, they're also talking about Kirk, by the way.
Well, yeah, if y'all can get Kirk. But, I mean...
Which I'm not a big Kirk Cousins fan, but...
I like Kirk from a developmental... For Will, I like Kirk more than Aaron. Though Aaron has all those accolades and stuff like that. And Aaron did a lot for Jordan Love. He really did. Because he didn't want to have that same relationship that he had with Brett.
Yeah.
Right? But I just feel like with Aaron, where he's at in his head mentally right now versus where he was when they drafted Jordan, you're not going to get a whole lot of mentorship out of him.
No, but you'll get something, and the team will stay competitive at the end of the day.
We fucking hope so.
I mean, that's just the way it is. You can't again.
On paper, the Steelers look like a joke. They'll
still win 9-10 games. They're a 9-10 win team.
But that's not the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And they're 8-9 wins with Mason Rudolph.
They're not. They're still the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right. I know, but they're an 8-9 win team with Mason Rudolph. With Aaron Rodgers, they're probably a 9-10, maybe 11. With Aaron Rodgers.
Have a pretty difficult schedule this year, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it's always hard. We play in the AFC North.
We'll just have to find out when time
We
comes.
play the Jets.
If Caleb Johnson comes to the zone as a rookie, right? Because he's the best running back, and he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, you and I talked off air that I was not the biggest fan of Jalen Warren or any of those other guys. So
Yeah.
I'm not putting any stock in them. The receiving core is fucking bottom of the NFL. So
I mean, DK Metcalf we know what DK can do. Arguably better than George Pickens. Arguably better than George Pickens.
well, with DK, he had better quarterback play. You don't know what kind of quarterback play you're going to get with the Steelers. So
That is true too, but I will say that DK offers, and don't get me wrong, George Pickens, exceptional player, and he does have some what's the word I'm thinking of? Consistency. I think DK is more consistent in his
he's been
play.
doing it longer.
Yeah,
And
so
the thing with DK, right? DK's a leader, right? And
Yeah.
you have no issues from him on or off the field.
So that was a big thing in the receiving core for the last couple years was there's no leader in the receiving room.
So now you have a leader with
got
DK,
one.
which is great because
Yeah.
he's gonna help develop some of those young guys, right?
Yeah.
Because I was high on Roman Wilson coming out the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, Roman Wilson still ain't done shit.
Yeah, that's true.
He
That's
didn't
true.
play at all like that. He didn't play at all last year, if I don't think. Right?
No, he didn't play. He didn't play any games.
Calvin Austin is a fucking gadget guy. So to me, you can't, unless Calvin Austin turns himself from being a gadget guy to like a main guy. Again, can't put any stock in that.
He could. So like, I can totally see that happening because they already kind of used him that way last year with him and GP.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see him getting more like second look reps. But I don't know.
Like Freiermuth is your security blanket, right? So you're good at tight end. You're good at tight end. The O line is better, right? So you're gonna have better O line play. So I'm not really worried about that. The defense is older. So
Well, we've also got a lot of young guys that we've got the depth. We've got the depth to give the older guys rest, and that was key. That was key in the last 5 games of last year's season. You could tell how gassed the defense was.
yeah.
Absolutely gassed. It was a totally different defense from the first half of the season to the second half.
If y'all trade TJ Watt, you're cooked.
I wouldn't even say that.
Because he's on his last year of that extension. So
I wouldn't even say that. Like the team's not cooked without TJ. I think the defense isn't cooked
I think
without
the
TJ.
defense-
Now, don't get me wrong. TJ is a game changer. Like he is a game changer. But if
he's like the top 2 best defensive player
Right.
in the league.
so, in the past with the Steelers, the defense was not good when TJ was hurt or not in the game. Now we keep some level of consistency when he doesn't play. That's why I say that we wouldn't be cooked. We're not going to be as good. I get that, but we're not going. Our defense isn't going to be cooked. It's not going to drop from a top 5 to a bottom 5. It's going to drop probably to like a mid-range
Without
defense.
TJ, right, then Cam Hayward will start to struggle a little bit.
So
They
you're
gotta play
you're
him
missing
more.
all the other guys that they have now. So you're listing the vets, the vets.
The guys who move the pocket.
Right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying that we got guys.
You have Highsmith, right? Highsmith is
Highsmith's there, and Highsmith's his production is actually very close to DJ's on that team. It's just like a little bit behind where he's at, and it's just on the other side.
yeah.
So, but besides that, and I'm blanking on names, but we finally got depth back there. We got people to back up Cam. We got people to back up TJ. We got people to back up Highsmith.
I like Porter Jr.
So-
I like Porter Jr. a lot.
I like Beanie Bishop,
Yeah.
West Virginia guy,
Yeah.
because he's balling out, and I think he's gonna get even better this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think people don't give us enough credit. I think with Mason Rudolph, we're 8-win, 9-win team. So
you know what's crazy though? Since I've been paying a lot of attention to OTAs around the whole league, a lot of those Colorado guys are killing it right now.
yeah,
Jimmy Horn is balling out in Carolina.
except for Shiloh.
No, Shiloh did good in his Buccaneers. His Buccaneers rookie minicamp. He did good.
I still think he's dog shit, but
I don't think listen, he's not dog
We'll
shit.
agree to disagree. I don't think he's good.
I mean, if you don't think he's good, you don't think he's good. Like,
Bro, I just watch this man get cooked every Saturday.
his coverage still listen. His,
Every Saturday I
his
watch him get
coverage
cooked.
skills can be better for sure. He can't hit, right?
He can hit. Don't yeah.
But again, he's
But he's gonna get cooked.
he's gonna
getting
get developed.
Bro, he was getting cooked by bottom bottom fucking or college teams.
Listen, regardless, he's still in the NFL.
Yeah,
And he's going to get developed with Todd Bowles, who's heavy defensive mind.
I get it. I get it. I'm just saying that I'll stand by.
Mind you, he's going to learn from Antoine Winfield.
I'll stand by that. Travis Hunter got married, by the way. Fun fact. You want to talk about Colorado guys? Travis Hunter got married to his girl. That happened like
I feel
a couple
so
weeks
bad
ago.
for him. I don't even know him like that, bro. I don't, and I don't want to speak on it crazy. Feel me? Like he got to be. There's definitely a slight level of Delulu with him with that girl.
I don't know, man.
Waiting outside while your shorty parties, bro.
Dude, just that
Videos,
just that shit during the autographing stuff that he was doing or the pictures he was doing. That would have sent me, bro. I would have been done.
Bro, just
I'd
her
been
behavior,
toast.
mannerisms, like how she was acting and stuff like that, bro. I would have. But again, if he's happy, obviously, like he lives with her, like, and then he bought her, bro. You saw he bought her a new whip.
I did not. I didn't see that.
$700,000 whip, like,
oof.
Yeah, but I just think it's crazy when you have a lot of people reaching out to you and trying to tell you, like, hey, like, bro, you need to be careful. Like, when your shorty's out publicly telling people, yeah, I used to think he was mad ugly, like, and he was corny, like, you love that girl, bro. That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like, but again, you know what I'm saying? He is who he is, and he knows more than all of us do because that's his relationship, but outside looking in, like, you know, but he doesn't address that stuff to the people. Not that he has to. He doesn't, right?
He doesn't know anyone anything. Yeah.
I just personally, I don't know, bro.
If it was me.
That shorty would have... You making me look like a fool on public television. Any form or shape where anyone can take anything out of context, I don't like that. I just don't like that.
Yeah. Like I said, if it was me, be a different situation. But it ain't me. It ain't my life.
It ain't my life. And all you got to do is support him. At the end of the day, you got to support him.
As long as it don't affect his play.
I don't think it will. I think he's going to be a star. I generally do.
They were talking about his two-way play potentially affecting his contracts in the future.
If I was him, I would lean heavier on the receivers because receivers get paid more than DBs do.
Yeah, but he's a pretty good fucking DB.
He's both. He's definitely more. I feel like he's a little bit more raw on the receiver side. That's probably why he spent most of the time during OTAs on the receiver side. Like recently, they just started coming out the clips of him playing defense against Brian Thomas Jr. So we're gonna see what happens. But he's got a crazy gas tank. Like the dude never gets tired.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So when people are like, and even like other former NFL players, like your Cam Newtons and shit, they're like, yeah, bro, like you probably can't do it, but he can be the first one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, he could, and who knows? He could set some type of like precedent for two-way players with contracts, because they could pay him more because he's a two-way player.
Valuable. Being an all-pro. Imagine being an all-pro corner and an all-pro receiver at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely change the game. But I feel like where it's going to come into play is injury. Potential for injury.
It's just how
he's got a higher potential for it.
However he does it, and how the training staff and the dude takes really good care of his body, right? Like Travis is prime example.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but just before you go into that point, he also hasn't played an 18-week season before, going both ways.
Bro,
that might factor into.
He might as well for the amount of fucking snaps he took in college.
I guess that's true, but he only put up that for 11 games. You know,
but that's still think about the snap. He was never off the field.
You're not wrong,
right? So 11 games. But you're saying right
now he's never going to be off the game for 18 games. How is that going to affect him? So
load management. That's up to the coach, right? That's load management.
So that's the way I see it a little bit too. So.
I like the fact though, like, and again, that's the reason why he went with Dion. And then the day, because Dion was a two-way player.
Yeah.
Dion is a prime example of like an athlete, right? A professional athlete. Because
no pun intended.
No pun intended. But he not only won a Super Bowl, he won a World Series as well. Like playing baseball and football at the same time at a high level.
Yeah,
that's unheard of. Mm-hmm. And I think as much as Dion gets a lot of hate per se, he has done a great job with that program. Every program he's been at, you know what I'm saying? And the development of these guys, especially going to the league. Now we're about to see, right, from his sons to these other receivers that he took under his wings, how they translate heavy to the NFL. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Horn is balling out in Carolina. He's gonna probably be first team. He's probably gonna be a starter.
Well, who else did
they had LaJohntay Western. Well, they drafted the other kid, Tatori McMillan from Arizona in the first round.
Oh,
he's balling out so good right now. All the reports are saying he's playing better than the first round guy.
Yeah.
Right. So to me, it's like that's.
Well,
crazy.
I think it's work ethic too. He's putting in the work now, and we'll see once it comes time for preseason and whoever's going to make the roster.
The shit on the Browns though is wild. I don't know the last time you checked on any reports. I checked yesterday, but Dylan doesn't. This one ESPN reporter for the Associated or something like that. One of these reporters there, he said that Dylan Grable doesn't even look like an NFL quarterback. And basically, what it is right now is like kind of we talked about. It's Kenny and Joe basically fighting for the starting job.
Yeah.
And these two guys kind of going against each other, regardless of how good Shedeur is doing. Because apparently he's doing crazy, but that they still.
Well,
won't.
he's just going in. He's just working hard because when you go in this. I mean, when you get drafted low to begin with, you go in the 6th round. It don't matter. You just go in, you put your head down, you go to work, or you can sit there and complain about it. But he's going to work, so work ethic pays off in the NFL to some degree, but it does pay off. I always said at the end of the day that even with the 5 quarterbacks that they had or have, yes, I still include Deshaun Watson. He's technically the 5th quarterback right now. That Joe Flacco was
paid to chill.
Yeah, that Joe Flacco is always going to be the starter. I think regardless of the quarterback battle that they talk about, we'll see Joe Flacco as the starter. I think he sets the example. And he's already talked about leading the Browns QB room as he talks about leading by example. And I think that Joe Flacco is a perfect guy.
He came out on record said, "I'm not there to mentor, right?
Yeah.
But if I say something, they listen. That's on them."
Yeah.
I think Shedeur, regardless of whether he was drafted where he was drafted in the 5th round, or if he was drafted in the 1st round, or even 2nd round, he's still going to work hard.
Well, I don't doubt that, but I think it adds a little bit more to the motivation to work hard going where you go. So.
Yes.
That's the way that goes. But I did want to talk briefly before we get out of here. NHL playoffs. We're entering into the Stanley Cup final. Starts on Monday. I think Monday or Tuesday. I don't know the status of the NBA finals.
It's Oklahoma versus the Pacers. Pacers beat the Knicks.
Beat the Knicks? Okay.
Yeah. 125.
I saw there were some
108. I think the last game.
I saw there were some back-to-back chokes in the Pacers-Knicks series, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah. They were leading 3-1. Then the Knicks won. No, sorry. Yeah, they were up 3-1. Then the Knicks won, and then the Pacers closed it out.
Because I know the Knicks were killing them in one game, and the Pacers came back and beat them. And then
Pacers were mopping them at first. Then the Knicks came back and started playing good.
Yeah.
Then the Pacers
all that
handled
happened.
business.
Yeah. That's a little bit how in the Carolina Hurricanes and Florida Panthers series kind of started. The Panthers, we're just destroying them the first couple games. Then the Hurricanes started playing better. And at that point, it's just so far gone. When you're down 3-1 in a series against the Florida Panthers, you're not going to come back. We're down 3-0. Sorry. They were down 3-0. They lost 3 straight. They won game 4 to make it 3-1. But you're not gonna win 3 straight against the Panthers. It's just not gonna happen. Or 4 straight against the Panthers. So Carolina was already cooked, no matter what. But we got a rematch this year in the NHL of last year's finals. Florida and Edmonton Oilers, Florida Panthers, Edmonton Oilers, and the odds, I believe, have Edmonton barely ahead in like the.
Have they ever won it before?
Edmonton?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck. Wayne Gretzky played for them.
Oh. Oh.
They've won it the most. I think they have the most cups out of any team.
He's the most winningest player in sports history, right? 10
it's something like that.
Something crazy, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, he's got a lot. I don't know how many it is exactly, but it is. I mean, he's the great one. They call him the great one for a reason. But yeah, so Edmonton lost last year. The big storyline behind it is Connor McDavid, arguably one of the best players to probably ever play hockey, has gotten so close year after year with the Oilers. And last year they finally made it to the finals and lost in Game 7 to the Panthers, who, mind you, this is the third straight finals for the Panthers because they went and played Vegas 2 years ago in the finals and lost, I think 4-2 maybe. And then they went last year with Edmonton and won in 7 games, and now they're back. Do you want to hear a crazy stat? For the last 6 Stanley Cup finals, a Florida team has been in it.
It's pretty wild.
Since 2019, I think.
So hold on.
Yeah,
so
2019.
I don't know hockey like that. So McDavid is on
The Oilers.
the Oilers,
Yes.
which is a Florida team.
No, Florida, Edmonton, Canada.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Or Canadian team. Edmonton, it's in Canada. So a Canada team or a Canadian team has not won in like 30 some years. I forget the actual stat. Last one was the Montreal Canadiens.
Damn.
In the 90s.
So we want them to win.
I like the Panthers.
He's a Pittsburgh Penguins fan.
Yeah, no, I like the. So you don't watch a ton. Panthers, the way that they play hockey is like kind of old school. It's very gritty. It's very hard. And it's just more. I just like the way that they play. I think the Florida probably takes it again, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, the Oilers have been on fire. They just fucking destroyed the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Finals. I don't care what anyone says. That series there wasn't even a point in that series where I thought it was close.
Yeah.
Like,
it's tragic.
Like, and it could be, I know the Stars coach came out in a press conference and kind of blamed it all on their goalie, which I think is kind of fucking stupid. Took like no accountability for anything else, just kind of blamed it on their goalie.
Can't do that.
Yeah, right. And he's like, the goalie's pretty good, but you're going up against like Connor McDavid, so it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But yeah. Well, we'll get out of here. I think we've hit our time. Part 2. I know it was kind of a rapid catch up on a lot of stuff, but we're back to regular episodes. So we should
regular scheduled program.
Yeah. So we'll be back.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok. Do we have a TikTok?
I think. No, we don't. We don't.
Do not have a TikTok.
Follow me on TikTok.
Yeah, follow him
because
on TikTok.
I posted it on my TikTok. So follow my
and
TikTok.
Instagram. So
Yeah.
appreciate y'all always.